I think you learn to live two lives where you go to school and you do things like an American would. And at school, I was this American person. But when you go home, you become Lao, where you speak a different language, you eat different foods. One time I brought Laotian food to school for lunch. And the American kids freaked out and they had never seen food like that before, and it looked so strange to them that they started to bully me about it. And so I never brought Laotian food to school ever again because of that. Even though I enjoyed it, it was delicious and all this other stuff. That kind of reaction or rejection from other people, your classmates, can have a really strong effect on you.
Before heading to my American school, my day started as a Lao person, waking to the aroma of khao niu or sticky rice wafting through our home. It is the foundation of the Lao diet. Here are the steps to make it.
Wash it 3 times and then you soak it for 2 to 3 hours. After that, you would mi sung hay nung khao, which is like some sort of pot, and you would fill it with water from the sink, and then you would put it in, steam it for about like 15 minutes, I would say. Sik khao, which is flip the rice on the other side and you wait for another 5 minutes, and then after that, soy khao, meaning that you would spread the rice and let the steam remove all the steam from the rice so it wouldn't be that hot. And then after you do that, you would say tip khao, which is some traditional Lao way of holding the rice. For the tip khao, it releases steam as well, so it wouldn't be as hot. So you put it in the tip khao, and then, enjoy. You could eat sticky rice with anything, like keng hnom mai, ping kai, kap tamak khung, tamak tua, sai ua. It's like a main dish that you could eat with a side or anything. You could eat rice with anything.
Kira's right. It really does go with everything. Sticky rice isn't just food. It's the foundation of shared meals, potlucks, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and even religious ceremonies and festivals, connecting us with generations and ancestors from Laos that prepared this dish over and over again. One of the biggest celebrations we'll explore is Lao New Year, which has been celebrated right here in Louisiana for over 40 years. Lao immigrants arrived in Louisiana mostly in the late 70s and early 80s. Many settled in Thailand first before being allowed entry to the United States under refugee status. Let's speak to a first-generation immigrant, Puton Zanaman, also my mother, about her journey to opening an Asian grocery store that gave the community access to all that it needed to continue food traditions from the homeland.
ก็มีพี่น้องอยู่มาสหรัฐอเมริกาก็เลยเพิ่นท่วงเพิ่นท้าวเอาว่าลูกหลานอยากมาบ่อเมริกาเพิ่นว่าคันอยากมาเพิ่นสิเป็นสปอนเซอร์ให้ก็เลยว่า
เขียนหนังสือมาให้
ถามว่าอยากมาบ่อเมริกาหลังจากสื่ออัมพรอนุรักษ์เนาะเพิ่นเขียนมาก็เลยพากันเข้าศูนย์ก็เลยถือเขาเคี้ยวก็เลยย้ายมาอยู่พนัสนิคมไก่กรุงเทพเนาะก็ถือผ้าเจ้าหั่นแหละหลังจากนั้นก็ได้ออกลูกอยู่แคมป์อยู่พนัสนิคมบัดนี้เจ้าเกิด 1981ในแคมป์เนาะผู้ที่ได้2 เดือนเจ้าได้2 เดือนก็ขึ้นเครื่องบินมาอเมริกา1981นั่นแหละมาที่แรกกาห้วยถือในหมักพริกเพิ่นว่าบ่มีมันบ่มีนั่นมีนี่แหละเนาะมาอเมริกาเนาะย่านบ่ในหมักพริกสมัย1981เนาะมันก็บ่ค่อยบ่ทันได้มีหยังหลายเนาะมาตกรัฐลุยเซียนาเนาะสปอนเซอร์เพิ่นอยู่รัฐลุยเซียนาอยู่เมืองในไอเบเรียก็เลยมาตกหันก็เลยไปหลังจากนั้นก็ไปเฮ็ดหลายเหตุการณ์แล้วก็หลังจาก
คืออยากเปิดห้าง
หลังจากหันเนาะแม่ก็เลยมีพี่น้องอยู่รัฐอยู่ฮิวสตันเนาะอยู่เท็กซัสแม่ก็เลยไปย่ามเพิ่นแล้วเพิ่นพาไปแวะตลาดมาร์เก็ตเนาะแล้วมาเห็นคือน้ำปลาเนาะอยู่นี่เครื่องเอเชียนอยู่พุ่นราคาถูกอยู่พี่มันสิราคาเป็นครึ่งลงเป็นครึ่งก็เลยมีขึ้นตะกี้มีห่านแจกลี่เนาะแล้วขายแพงลูกน้ำปลานี่ดอน75ตะกวดน้ำปลากาปลาหมึกสมัยเงินตะกี้นะเข้านี่สอบนึง70กว่า$มาใหม่ปัดเฮาไปฮิวสตันมันถูกน้ำปลามันมีแต่ดอน19มันก็แพงแหละเนาะแล้วก็มีแนวคิดว่าอยากเปิดห้างบ้าเฮานี่สิเปิดห้างสิดีก่อนบ่นะเพราะว่ามันมีแต่ห้างเจกลี่ผู้เดียวมันแพง
She opened the Asia market, which she owned from 1985 to 2005. It gave the community access to everything a Lao kitchen would need, all at an affordable price. She even had gardens surrounding the market that grew herbs and vegetables used in traditional Lao cooking. Not only food items, but special Lao cooking utensils needed to properly prepare our unique dishes. Dishes like tamakhung, or papaya salad, a savory, salty, acidic mix of green papaya, hot chili peppers, lime, garlic, and fish sauce smashed together with a coke and sag, or mortar and pestle. To prepare tamakhung, first shred up your green unripe papaya like so, and then add a few cloves of garlic, shrimp, or crab paste, fresh lime juice, and, of course, hot chili peppers to create a savory, sweet, spicy, and sour dressing. Smash these all together. And then add your shredded papaya, tomatoes, beans, and other vegetables, and then smash to desired consistency. Tamakhung is served with almost every Lao lunch and dinner meal, and almost on every occasion and community function.
เข้าใจกันมีความหักแพงกันมีความเห็นความสำคัญว่าคอมมูนิตี้เฮาเลยเป็นจุดสำคัญที่สร้างขึ้นให้เฮานี่มีความหักแพงกันหั่นน่ะกันทุกทานหรือว่าทุกคนหรือว่าทุกบรรดาลูกหลานเราเห็นในนั้นหั่นนะก็ต้องหันหน้าเขามาช่วยกันเพื่อเฮ็ดให้คอมมูนิตี้เฮานี่เติบใหญ่ขึ้นไปตื่ม
เฮาบ่มีวัดมีว่าเด้ว่าเพิ่นผู้เฒ่าเพิ่นเป็นซั่นพึ่งว่าตื่นมาก็เช้าแรงมาเช้ามามันก็ลงตักบาตรใส่วัดไทยพานมาถึงเฮาเคยเฮ็ดแต่เฮาขาดดังนั้นก็ได้บัดนี้พวกอุปนายกทั้งหลายกำลังเพิ่มรังเข้ามาทีวีขึ้นอยู่ในรัฐลุยเซียนานี้จากในยุคนั้นสิมงเป็น17 18ครัวละ20ก็เพิ่มขึ้นเป็น20 30เป็นคนลังไหลเข้ามาหลายขึ้นวันนี้ความสนใจเรื่องฮีดคล้องประเพณีเฮาหั่นแหละเฮาก็บ่คือว่าบ่อยากละฮีดให้มองบ่อยากละคล้องให้เศร้าอย่างรักษาไว้ถึงว่าเฮาจะไปตกอยู่เขตใดๆก็ตามแต่ว่าคันว่าเป็นเชื้อสายคนลาวศาสนาพุทธก็อยากเห็นอยากมีสิ่งที่อยากได้ก็คือว่าได้วัดเพิ่นว่าได้และมีอาจารย์พระอาจารย์บุญกองสิงห์สุวรรณเนาะเพิ่นก็แต่ก่อนเพิ่นเป็นเจ้าอธิการจังหวัดฮาวายหลังจากปีเพิ่นก็ได้82 83 84เพิ่นก็มาขุนควยเลาะมานี่มาเห็นแถวๆนี้ก็เห็นอพยพลาวหั่นน่ะหลายคนมานี่เพิ่นก็เลยนำมา
However, in Louisiana, alms collections usually happen at the temple. People prepare meals at home and bring them to the temple to make offerings. And usually, there is an abundance of food that is prepared. While the monks are having their midday meal, the work dividing up all of the alms is being done by people in the community. And after the monks finish their midday meal, the food is given back to the community, where a community potluck then ensues. This communal practice happens every day and strengthens the bonds of the people within our community. The bonds continue with food events that occur at every house party, wedding, funeral, social and cultural events that happen throughout the entire year. The biggest event happens always during Easter, at the Lao New Year Festival. The 3-day festival brings in dozens of Lao food vendors preparing special festival treats and sweets you wouldn't ordinarily get on a regular day. The festival offers a street food style atmosphere akin to what one sees in the homeland at village markets, street stalls, and festivals of Laos. Louisiana dishes like crawfish can be seen paired with traditional Lao foods like sticky rice and spicy dipping sauces. The Louisiana Lao New Year Festival shows how our community is changing. It's a time when friends and family come together to share and celebrate food, laughter, and traditions, creating something new in the process. Now we see a mixing of cultures with Louisiana, Cajun, and Creole culture blending in with the Laotian culture. We will explore this crossing of cultures and the mixing of stories more in part 2. But we have a better sense of the initial journey of establishing these Lao traditions here in a new country. And as we turn to the younger generation, we'll also explore the challenges of keeping these ancient traditions alive, adapting, and creating new flavors for the future, while still honoring the past and celebrating the special community we've created here in this small corner of Louisiana.
All right. Now like that. Okay. Are you ready? Okay. One, two, three. Oh.
Yeah, you want some more? I know.
If part 1 was about a love story, how Laos met Louisiana, part 2 is about how they both grew together, how Louisiana and Laos affected each other, rubbing off on each other, different customs and recipes and ways of life.
มาที่แรกนะครับไปเจอไป มีรถไปพาลูกไปซื้อแฮมเบอร์เกอร์บ่ฮู้ฮอดซื้อแฮมเบอร์เกอร์เนี่ยลูกเพิ่นอยากเลยว่ะก็เลยพาไปนะตัวแรกเขาเดี๋ยวก็อธิบายให้สั้นๆนะเราก็อธิบายให้เพราะว่าเฮาสนใจดิลูกจะขอกินแฮมเบอร์เกอร์เข้าไปบ่อยากสิซื้อไปถามอยากกินอันนั้นแฮมเบอร์เกอร์มันต้องมีหยังมันก็มีแฮมเบอร์เกอร์บิ๊กหมอกมีหยังทำนองนั้นนะแต่ก็บ่ฮู้แต่ก่อนสิไปก็ฮู้อยู่แต่ไปเลยมันลืมสิบัดนี้จนว่าเขาว่าบังเอิญนั่นห้านเพราะว่าเบิดแล้วนะครับว่าบิดแล้วเลยว่าพาลูกมาบ้านซื้อโดยบ่ได้กินมื้อใหม่จังมาเฮียนอ่านปื้มว่าซื้อเข้าไปห้านอาหารสิเบิ่งหยังแน่ซื้ออาหารได้แน่โอ้ยเฮียนได้ตัวเองก่อนอุตส่าห์ให้ลูกคิวไปก่อนตอนนั้นตัวความฉลาดของพ่อบอกในเพียงพอ
Can you go through a drive-thru and ask for your food in another language? If you can't, then you may understand what it was like to be an immigrant around that time, whose family wanted more American food, but you don't know how to speak the English to get the American food. A Cajun-born and bred woman who adopted the Lao culture in one of the most unique and heartfelt ways. Hetty Nunez.
My first interaction was my son brought home a child to work on a Beta Club project. And that was Pawn. He stayed for several days for this big project they were working on. And it continued for a while, maybe a month, every weekend. And by the time they finished the project, we had just developed a wonderful relationship with him. And I don't know, he just became part of the family.
Speaking of starting, I wonder how this affected Lao New Year, when that actually began.
My first visit here, there wasn't any kind of festival going on. The next Lao New Year, I came and brought my family again, and there were 2 little rows of men and women cooking right in front of the temple. And that was the first festival. That was it. It was amazing. And since then, we've seen the assimilation of the American cultures coming in with the Lao culture.
All right. But get my blessing first.
Something Panat said in part 1 stuck with me. Lao versus American identity while growing up, all surrounding food. We decided to make some time to talk about family.
When y'all wanted to eat Lao food, who would make it in the house?
In the house would be the oldest sister and brother. Most of the time is my mom. She make the original Laos food.
Yeah. What was your favorite food dish, Lao food dish that she made?
Oh, that would be the original is keng no mai.
Yeah, so the
bamboo soup. Yeah. Oh, back in the day, mostly it'll be from the can, from kapit, from the mai kapit. And back in the day, because we don't have land to grow them yet, we don't have our own. But now, majority, we can grow our own, and we can get them around. I think in a month or 2, we should start getting a fresh bamboo.
In the summertime.
Yes.
Bamboo shoots.
Right. I like put fresh mushroom, pumpkins, ผักขะแยงยะนางต้องมีแล้วเนาะแกงหน่อไม้คนลาวเนาะแกงหน่อไม้
So that's the broth?
Yeah, the chicken broth ใส่ and then especially ต้องมีปลาแดก ขาดน้ำบ่ได้ต้องมีปลาแดก
Badeg is a fermented fish sauce used in much of Lao cooking, especially in dishes like tamakhung, papaya salad, and bamboo stew. Many young Lao Americans are not too keen on the strong-smelling taste and smell.
What's your favorite Laos food, baby? You know, ข้าวเหนียว and egg. ข้าวเหนียวจำไข่บ่กับซีอิ๊ว
You like sticky rice?
Sticky rice with egg and ซีอิ๊ว
Yeah.
You see this chick with
Soy sauce
with
and eggs?
with
Nice
soy
and
sauce.
simple, yeah.
Yes. Yes, he like taco, hamburger. You see? เบาลาวดูลูกเบาลาวดูสบายดี สบายดีเปล่าดูนก
Can you
สบายดี
count in Lao?
ครับ1 2 3มา1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10นับเบิ่ง Too hard he don't wanna he can count in Mexican bad. Well, to be honest, that was my part my fault that I didn't have enough patience to talk Laos with them and understand because our life is so busy. We just like we don't have that much patience, so we speak English with each other. So with the kids too. So it's our fault that we didn't talk Laos enough to them to understand. But they enough to where I get like I fuss at them and then they get up, they start looking what I was saying. When I fuss, they understand, yes. But they don't know how to talk back.
The use and speaking of Lao language in the community has been declining greatly. Many parents and older generations express concern. Let's talk with Ali Kambun Leung about her experiences with her family.
Like the baby brother and my daughter, they both understand Laos like complete, like us. You know, we could have a conversation in Laos and they will know all of it. But speaking, they don't. Addison wanted $100. My dad's like, tell her to say it in Laos, and she would not. She said, well, I think she was like, "Kho loi nung," and we all laughed. And it is our fault, like just the same as my brother Lucky. When he speaks, I'm like, wait, where is that what you hear us say? Because I was like, where did that come from? Saying money is ngun, and he's like, ngun, ngun, and I'm like, are you saying what gun? What? Like, and it is our fault for doing that. But us, we were so close to the generation that really didn't speak any English that we were forced to speak Laos. Because I could speak Laos, but I can't read and write it. One thing I'm sad about that my cousins in Oregon even, they said at their house they speak mostly English. Like they don't, you know, like here you could hear us speaking both Laos and English, you know. But over there, they're like, no, even our kids, she goes, I don't even know if they understand what you're saying. They're just smiling and nodding at you.
Hi, Savaidi.
My sister Am speaks about the experience with her daughters while she makes khao piak sen, chicken noodle soup with rice noodles.
Your kids are mixed race.
They are American and Lao.
Do you find that they're more American or more Lao?
I would say 70 Lao and 30 American at this point right now. So maybe because, you know, they're raised by a Lao mother, so.
What about them makes them more Lao than American? Do they speak the Lao?
They do not speak Lao, they understand it. They will laugh at themselves when they try to speak Lao. But what makes them more Lao? I don't know. I guess just having a Lao mother. It makes them more Lao at this point. Oh yes, they eat. That definitely they eat. So if you eat sticky rice, you're 50% Lao to me. Anyone.
You are what you eat, as they say, and as we learn about family experiences between the younger and the older generations, we can see that food is more than just sustenance. It's culture and traditions. We heard from the Lao perspective. Let's hear more from the Western perspective, and Hedy Nunez and her experiences with her son's Lao friend.
I found out about his food because he wouldn't eat my food. So I put...
What were you cooking him that he didn't want to eat?
Cajun food. But at the time, he had never left his home. He was, you know, so it was a big adjustment for him. And we just learned to put him in the kitchen and put him at the stove, and he would fix his things. And eventually, we learned to eat like he liked, and he learned to eat our recipes. And so we assimilated. It took some time to assimilate.
One Cajun dish you typically see in Lao gatherings today is boiled crawfish, but it took some time getting used to this Cajun dish by some Laotians. Here's my mom on her first time.
บ่ผิดบ่
ต้มข้าวเผ็ดนี่ชื่ออยู่ปะ
บ่จื้อเว้ยบ่มักปานใด
บ่มักปานใดบ่
มันกินซิข้าวๆกุ้ยๆนะลูกกินทีแรก
ก็ยังมาหมักครับมันต้มน้ำเครื่องเอเชียบ่มันจะแซ่บมันจะนัว
บัดแล้วเฮาลึงเด้ลึงไปลึงมามันแซ่บก็ไม่เพิ่มคอฟฟี่สดอีกแต่กินหลายบ่ได้นะคอเลสเตอรอลหลายกินดำเถื่อ2เถื่อปีหนึงอะนะบ่ให้มันแซ่บเรื่อยว่าซั่นซะ
We now see crawfish regularly in Lao meals paired with Lao's spicy dipping sauces and noodles and fresh herbs and vegetables.
What were some examples of things that you would prepare that you had never experienced before?
Well, he would do a lot of fried rice recipes and things, but actually at that time we weren't. They didn't have restaurants and things like they do today. So it was an eye opener to see him prepare a lot of his little egg dishes and vegetable dishes and meat dishes and
Like simple stir fry.
very simple things, yes.
Yeah,
But it opened our eyes.
Perhaps the key to trying a new kind of food and culture is not trying the most potent dish first, but something relatively tame to the palate. Here, Em is kneading the dough to make fresh rice noodles for khao piet for her daughters. Let's watch as she explains part of the process.
So, in your opinion, what makes the best khao piet? Like, how do you judge a good khao piet versus a...
Well, it's all in the noodles and the broth, but the noodles have, they have to be really not tough, but very homemade, chewy, yeah. Not too, you don't want it to break when you put like your spoon in the bowl or anything. And of course, it has to be made with love. Okay, so here is the finished product, kapiak sen, made by Monlad. So I'm gonna add all the condiments, not garlic, green onions, cilantro if you care for it, and then fried garlic, fried onions, and you can squeeze some lime, if you want it a little tart or just that tang. Yeah. Pepper, I'm not gonna put, I could put a little bit. So just a little bit because this bowl is for my daughter and she doesn't eat spice.
According to some people, spice is life, and you can't have Lao food without it. But as the community changes and grows to incorporate influences from other cultures, what traditions are going to be important to preserve? Will it be our food, our religion, or something else that will help connect us with our identities as Lao people?
ให้ทานภาษีทุกวันในหน้าที่นี้ขอให้มีแต่ความทุกความเจริญทุกการอยู่บนเวที
I'm in my tradition, but I don't really know any of this. It's just what my mother tells me. So I go with her. So this is what I need to, right, it wasn't explained. So, but I'm like, okay, I could do this. So this is what I'm teaching my kids, but I need to be more, I need to read more or just ask questions from my mother so I could get that understanding and then, give that to my girls.
Like my daughter, to see the excitement for like our other little cousins before, they were like, why? It's just another party, whatever, not understand. But seeing them excited about doing the takbat on Friday morning and wanting to do the water fight and come to the temple and do the sandcastle, like that I love, because I saw when they were little and didn't understand and being hauled everywhere versus now they enjoy it and are excited about it.
So far, like, everything's amazing, but if I had to choose, it would be Lao New Year itself. Friday night, where you perform, give it all your best, have fun, show the true history, and show the animal of the year. And during the day, Nang Saka, or the 7 daughters on the pageant, they would represent their father.
What's your favorite, like, Lao food to have with sticky rice?
Tamakung.
Oh, yeah.
It's super good. It's like a spicy papaya salad with...
You see, my nieces don't eat padek and fish sauce. It's a shame, I know. But tell us about tamakung and why you love it so much.
I love it so much because like it's a traditional dish for Laos.
Kin pet pet dai.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kin pet ka dai. But pet bo sap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love the saying, sticky rice is life and bo pet bo sap. And what does that mean? Translate that for us. Bo pet bo sap.
If it isn't spicy, it's not going to be good. Without spice, spice is your life. If you're Asian, if you understand the culture and everything, you'll understand, you'll get addicted to it.
That's so encouraging to hear that some very young Lao Americans have strong ties to their roots and ancestral culture. Now we are seeing younger generations embrace and celebrate Lao culture and our traditional dishes like papaya salad, even starting an annual papaya salad competition that celebrates the spicy dish while bringing new twists to it. And it brings our community together.
I found this place and thought it was so beautiful. I shared it with many people. But over time, I realized it was my journey. I was seeing the beauty here. I had something in me that was seeing the beauty. And I realized to just be happy with where I was. And if someone asks, I tell the truth. But I don't need to explain myself. And I don't need to convince anyone. It's my journey. I walk my life for myself. And if someone's negative, I accept their negativity in the fact that I don't take it in. It's just their opinion.
I think Hetty is right. We are all on our own journeys. It's when our stories and our journeys come together that we see and create something truly special within our communities. The stories we've shared in this film show us the importance of tradition for the Lao community, but they also remind us of the need to adapt, to build resilience so that the most vital parts of our culture remain strong. As we conclude this journey through Louisiana's vibrant tapestry, we see the unique strength of our community. The ingredients, the flavors, much like a pot of gumbo, each one distinct yet harmoniously combined. Our cultural identities blend to create something truly remarkable, a dish that honors the past, celebrates the flavors that shaped our ancestors' lives, and embraces new influences that enrich our present. Today's Louisiana gumbo infused with Lao ingredients isn't just a meal, it's a symbol of resilience, a testament to our journey, and a celebration of shared humanity.
Gumbo padek.
Gumbo padek, Thaiกูบัดนี้
As we gather around the table, we're not just sharing food, we're sharing stories, recreating a future from the past and making new memories, one dish, one story at a time. Thank you for being part of this beautiful journey.